Hey, it's Mike with Carbonize This, where we turn everyday items into carbon. And today we've got a sweet video for you. We're carbonizing sugar. On this tray we have plain confectioner sugar here, and then we've got an experiment over here. This is 4 teaspoons of confectioner sugar and 1 teaspoon of baking soda. This is the recipe to make a carbon sugar snake, and we'll show you that in this video too. So we've got Splenda, stevia, brown sugar, white sugar, coconut sugar, and equal. On this tray we have molasses, maple syrup, honey, artificial pancake syrup, corn syrup, and agave syrup. We've got 2 of the trays in there already, and this is the one with our little experiment. Normally when you make a carbon sugar snake, you make those ingredients, but then you put lighter fluid in the bottom, and then you light it, and that provides the heat, but it's in an oxygen-rich environment. With this mixture, there's going to be no oxygen, so I'm curious to see what'll happen. Time to seal it up. So I'm going to light the firebox, and then that's going to heat up this sealed drum. So these items will be in a very high temperature and a low oxygen environment. It'll drive off everything but the carbon. All right, we're going to show you guys how to make the carbon sugar snakes, and we've got 4 different sweeteners that we're going to experiment with here. So first I'm going to make a bed of sand. I made 4 indentations here in the sand, and then we're going to soak each one of them in lighter fluid. And when I say soak, I mean soak. Here's the confectioner's sugar mixed with baking soda. This is the granulated sugar mixed with baking soda. This is an artificial sweetener, equal, mixed with that baking soda. This is corn syrup mixed with baking soda, and we're going to wait to dump this in until right before we light it because we don't want all this liquid just soaking down into the sand. The next step is to go ahead and light these, so we'll dump the corn syrup in and get it lit. All right, we're off to the races. The equal's actually looking pretty good. Granulated sugar, not so much. The confectioner sugar is looking really good. And look, you can see with the corn syrup, it's just boiling right there on the edge. What's happening is with that heat, the baking soda is releasing carbon dioxide, and then you have the sugars that are caramelizing and then burning and turning to ash. So that carbon dioxide is pushing the ash upwards, and it creates this snake effect. All right, I had high hopes for the confectioners, but it looks like the granulated sugar is working a lot better. So this is going to take some time. We'll go ahead and put the camera on a tripod and then do a time lapse. So the clear winner here was the granulated sugar. The confectioner's sugar is probably 3rd place. The equal with that dextrose in it looks like it's in 2nd place. And then our complete fail here was the corn syrup. Time for the reveal. Now before I show it to you, remember that the tray closest to the lid has the confectioner's sugar and then the confectioner's sugar with the baking soda, which is the recipe for the carbon sugar snakes. Let's see if it created a snake. Whoa, not a snake, more like a mushroom. They all look like carbonized muffins. Every single one looks like a carbonized muffin, except a couple of them don't. Okay, and look at what happened to the one with the sugar snake recipe. So this was the confectioner's sugar, and then this is the one that was the sugar snake recipe. The sugar snake formula, which has the baking soda, puffed up really big. And the reason it did that is the carbon dioxide was leaving that baking soda and pushing up through the sugar as it was caramelizing and then being burnt into ash. Not only are they different in size, but the color is very different. This is a flat black and very porous, where this is a smooth, very glossy black. Let's see if I can get these out of the tray. Maybe if I loosen up the bottom. Well, I at least got the muffin top. Look, it's hollow on the inside. Here's the bottom of the muffin top. Let's try to get the sugar snake out. Oh no, oh, okay, wait a second. I did not realize this. Okay, this is tough. Okay, nice and tough. You can tap on it. This feels like a sponge. It's so airy, it totally changed the nature of the material. Look at that. It's like foam. It feels like carbon foam. So very cool how this transformed in a very different way. It's just incredibly soft and airy versus the very dense confectioner sugar. So I'm going to show you how light and airy this is. I'll break it in half and we'll just kind of crumble it up. And now let's smash them. So this is what carbonized confectioner sugar looks like with baking soda and then without. Let's grab the second tray. Quite the different result. Beautiful looking muffins here on this side. And then I don't know what happened there. We'll have to look and see what that one was. So we've got our granulated sweeteners here. First up is Equal, and then Splenda, stevia, brown sugar, white sugar, and then the coconut sugar. And all 6 of these turned out differently. The 2 that look the closest are actually the stevia and the white sugar. They're both glossy, somewhat porous, but then you've got the coconut sugar that is not real porous and is completely flat black. Then the Equal, it's weird. The surface of it looks kind of like an orange peel. Just tiny little bumps all over, and it's glossy. Now the Splenda doesn't appear to have done much, but it looks pretty cool. Now one thing to note with the stevia and the Equal, they both have dextrose mixed in, so that impacted the results. It's not pure stevia, and it's not pure aspartame, which is the sweetener in Equal. One other thing to note is the brown sugar is nice and shiny, and also very smooth right here. Look at the purple here along the edge of the tray. We've never seen that color before. Now this was closest to the Splenda, so I wonder if something in its chemical makeup reacted with the pan here. Let's see if I can get this one out. This is the white sugar. No, it's just breaking. Oh, there we go. There's a little bit of it. Oh, look, it's like a gold color under here. Looks like glitter. Let's check out the brown sugar. Oh, that one came out. Look, it looks like a little muffin. And same thing, it's got a little bit of the gold color, not quite as much. Let me try to break the bottom off and see if we can see more of the gold glitter. No, it's actually black on the inside. So that's an interesting difference. Stayed black, a little bit of gold, but this one's got a lot of that gold color. So brown sugar and the white sugar. So our last natural sugar is the coconut sugar. Let's see how it did. No, I definitely can't get it out. Oh, it's a finer powder though. It's all black all the way through. Now the stevia is actually another natural sweetener. Let's check it out. It's gonna be hard to get out. Oh, look. It's similar to the other 2 sugars. Yeah, there's some gold right in there. Next up is the Equal. Oh, look, it came out nice. Oh, it's kind of glass-like here on the bottom. Very different than how the other sugars turned out. Last up is the Splenda. It feels like a rock. Oh, it's completely hollow. Yeah, look at that. It just bubbled up, carbonized, and that was it. Now let's smash them. Next up, we'll see how the syrups turned out. All right, time for the third tray. Oh, these beautiful muffins here. Oh, and a not so beautiful muffin. We've got the molasses and the maple syrup right here, and both of these stayed this kind of flat black color, and they really didn't rise out of the tray very much. Then we've got the agave and the honey, and they're very similar. They're glossy, they've got kind of a rough texture, and maybe a little bit of bubbling on it. And then last, we have the corn syrup, and then the pancake syrup that actually is made with corn syrup. Now we're gonna try to pull these out of the trays. First up is the corn syrup. It's just gonna break. Nice and flaky. Let's check out the pancake syrup. Yes, same. I mean, it's shiny. Okay, the agave. Now, I can tell already it's a lot tougher. Oh, there we go. Look at that gold color, especially there in the sun. So it's got kind of a tougher outer crust and then gold on the inside. Let's look at the molasses here. Oh, wow, very different. It's really, really hard compared to this kind of flaky powder. Okay, and let's check out the maple syrup. And it acted more like the other sugars. All right, let's crush them. So that's what happens when you carbonize different types of sugars. If you like this video, here's another one you might enjoy.